So we got some very big exciting news for Sony shooters. Apparently there's going to be a new high-end APS-C camera coming before the summer or by summer. According to Sony Alpha Rumors, Andrea over his channel has talked about it some. I will give my thoughts about it as well. He thinks that there are two likely scenarios. One is that it will maybe just be like an update to the A6600, so maybe it'll be an A6700. If that is the case, there will still probably be some pretty big updates considering that that camera is almost 4 years old at this point. So I'm sure that they will have a fairly new style for this thing. It's gonna have that fully articulating screen. They'll have a new EVF. They'll probably have a whole new layout in general. So it will still be a big update. And if that is the case, I suspect that they will be using the same sensor that is in the FX30 and just be bringing it over to that camera. It could still be very high-end. It can still be a very fast camera. It can still have some really good video features, like the FX30 has some really good video features. So I think that is probably the likely scenario, and Andrea thinks that is the likely scenario as well. But his dream scenario is also what I think will be pretty much everyone's dream scenario. And that is like them bringing out a mini A1 camera. So an APS-C version of the A1. Maybe not exactly, but the thought process is it's like extremely high end, extremely fast. Maybe they will even use a sensor that is similar or maybe even the same sensor because they developed the sensor from the Fujifilm X-H2S, which is a stacked sensor. I know that usually there's some contracts between companies and they can't use it exactly or they have to tweak it some, but it's possible Sony did develop that sensor, and it'll be right at a year if it comes out near the summer from the Fujifilm X-H2S. So maybe it's like a year contract that they couldn't use that sensor anywhere until after a year. I can see that being a very exciting camera for a lot of people, especially when you pair it with companies like Tamron talking about making new APS-C glass for the Sony E-mount. It looks like Sony really is positioned with all the different lenses to be ahead of the game in the APS-C department. They just really have to invest in it. They have to put really good body towards it. But as it sits, they've seemed to almost abandon it entirely at this point. So fingers crossed for APS-C shooters or for Sony shooters in general. But what are your thoughts? Drop in the comment section below and let me know. What do you think about the news about an APS-C camera coming out, or a higher end APS-C camera coming out? Do you think it's going to be more like just like an upgrade to an A6700? Do you think it could be something completely new and even more high-end, maybe something similar to the Fujifilm X-H2S? Let me know all of that in the comment section below. Like this video if you haven't, and if you haven't subscribed, I very much appreciate subscribing. I think it's like 85% of you who watch this channel on a regular basis have not subscribed yet. It would really help out me and really help out the channel, and I hope you get value from this channel. And until next time, peace.